It is time now for the Muletrain News on this Friday, January the 15th, 2016. Brought to you today by the First Bank, along with Leal's Mexican Restaurant.
Jim Hale, 90, of Muleshoe, died Wednesday morning around 9 o'clock at Covenant Medical Center in Lubbock. He and his wife, Carrie, and their two grandchildren moved to Muleshoe a number of years ago from California. And he is survived by his wife, Carrie, of the home here in Muleshoe. Also, two grandchildren whom they raised and both attended Muleshoe High School, Katie, who now lives in Kansas, and Michael. They also now have great-grandchildren surviving. Please remember all the family of Jim Hale in your prayers. His body was donated to medical research. Doris Copley, in her 80s, of Knoxville, Tennessee, formerly of Muleshoe, died last December. She was reared in Muleshoe, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. A.W. Copley. Her father was a farmer, and her mother worked at Dameron Drug. Doris Copley graduated from Muleshoe High School. She is survived by a sister, LaVon Copley Calkins of Farmington, and her husband, Bob, and a brother, Don Copley, and his wife, Pat, of Knoxville, Tennessee. Doris Copley lived near her brother and his family. She was an active member of the First Methodist Church of Muleshoe. There were no relatives living in Muleshoe. LaVon Copley Calkins tells us that her uncle, Roy Elrod, is now 96 years of age. And you will remember Roy Elrod came to the Rotary Club a number of years ago and spoke about the very early history of Muleshoe and Bailey County. Roy Elrod is from Virginia, and he visited with the Calkins family in Farmington this past Christmas. The high in Muleshoe on Thursday was 65, almost springtime, and 17 was the winter low on Thursday, and on Friday morning it was 17 degrees at 8:15. It has risen to 39 degrees now at what time, Gil Robert? At 10:25. And now 5 Area Telephone, West Plains Telecommunications, brings you the forecast for Muleshoe, Sudan, Amherst, Earth, and our entire vicinity. But first, a message from our sponsor.
Secure your life with fast technologies available through 5 Area, whether you're in Muleshoe or anywhere in the world. Security and automation services for your home, farm, or business available now through your hometown company, 5 Area. Plans starting now at $20 per month. Fast Technologies offers live and recordable video surveillance. Control your door locks and garage doors, whether you're in your recliner around the corner or in Dallas. Lighting control and motion detection. Door and window sensors. Receive alerts through text, email, or phone. Plans again starting at $20 per month. Call today, 5 Area, 806-272-5533, or go by their website at 5area.com. They will also be happy to give you an on-site demo, so stop by their offices today, 302 Uvalde Street on the west edge of Muleshoe. A DSL internet connection is required. That's home, farm, and business security and automation services available through Fast Technologies at 5 Area. Call 806-272-5533 for more information. Partly sunny today on Friday for the Muleshoe area with a high near 53 degrees, west-southwest winds between 10 and 15 miles per hour. Then tonight, a 20% chance of snow after midnight, mostly cloudy, low around 27. West-southwest winds 10 to 15 miles per hour, becoming north after midnight. Saturday, mostly cloudy, then gradually becoming sunny during the afternoon with a high near 43 degrees, so a little bit colder. On Saturday, north winds 10 to 15 miles per hour, becoming west 5 to 10 miles per hour in the afternoon. Saturday night, partly cloudy, low around 27. Southwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Mostly sunny on Sunday with a high near 51 degrees. West winds 10 to 20 miles per hour, becoming north-northeast in the afternoon. Mostly clear Sunday night, low around 24. On Martin Luther King Day on Monday, sunny, high near 55 degrees. Southwest winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Monday night, partly cloudy, low around 30. Tuesday, mostly sunny, high near 58 degrees. West winds 10 to 15 miles per hour, becoming north-northeast in the afternoon. Mostly cloudy Tuesday night, low around 30. Wednesday, mostly sunny, high near 55. Wednesday night, a slight chance of snow, partly cloudy, low around 30. And repeating our forecast for today on Friday in the Muleshoe area, partly sunny, high near 53 degrees. West-southwest winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Then tonight, a 20% chance of snow after midnight, mostly cloudy, low around 27. Saturday, mostly cloudy, then gradually becoming sunny, high near 43 degrees. North winds 10 to 15 miles per hour, becoming 5 to 10 miles per hour in the afternoon. Saturday night, partly cloudy, low around 27. Southwest winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. 5-area telephone, West Plains Telecommunications has presented to you this edition of the weather forecast. Daniel Barber, the director of the Muleshoe High School Mighty M Band, took 25 band members to the all-region auditions on Thursday at Abernathy High School, and they placed 18 on the all-region band. So congratulations to Daniel and all the band members, as this is the most students they've had place on the all-region band in recent memory. There were a total of 800 students participating from Region 16, so it's a great honor to get on this band. Those placing on the all-region band are Rochelle Whitworth, Laura Chavez, and Allegra Mora, alternate on flute, Alex Mojica, Lizette Mojica, Rosa Munoz, Elizabeth Morales, and Angie Alves on clarinet, Yvette Elizalde on alto sax, Chris Barber, Marilyn Melendez, and Delilah Castorina on trumpet, Colton Morrison and Madison Lutz on French horn, Brianna Velasquez on trombone, and Bailey Puckett on baritone, along with Dominic Hasley on tuba. And, of course, Grady Alberts and Kelly Morrison also helped prepare these students along with Daniel Barber for these auditions. And there will be a clinic and concert for the all-region band January 29th and 30th at the Lubbock Convention Center. So congratulations to all these MHS Mighty M Band members who made the all-region band. We'll be back with more Muletrain news in just a few moments after these messages from our sponsors. This edition of the Muletrain News is brought to you today by the First Bank along with Leal's Mexican Restaurant.
Chips are delicious. Have you been wasting time looking for a good meal? Well, go to Leal's Mexican Restaurant in Muleshoe at 1010 West American Boulevard and try the Irma's Special. If you are under 12, try the grilled cheese. You know Leal's in Muleshoe is the original Leal's Mexican restaurant. I highly recommend it. 5 generations of our family have eaten at Leal's. What did you say, Isla? Chips are delicious.
The First Bank here in Muleshoe, 202 South First Street, 806-272-4510. is proud to announce First Bank Online, www.fbmuleshoe.com. Transfer funds easily between accounts, make loan payments, view current and previous statement activity, pay bills online with bill pay banking anytime with 24/7 access. Caller, come by the First Bank today for more information. That's 202 South First Street, 806-272-4515. First Bank Online, www.fbmuleshoe.com.
Many offices, the post office, and the banks, and other businesses will be closed on this coming Monday in observance of Martin Luther King's birthday. On Friday evening at 5 o'clock, the JV boys and girls basketball teams at Muleshoe High School will open district play for the boys. The girls have already been playing in district for several games now, and they will be hosting Littlefield here in Muleshoe. At 6:30, the varsity Lady Mules will play the Lady Wildcats, and then at 8 o'clock, the Mules and Littlefield Wildcats will play all at Muleshoe High School's new gym. Also, the 7th grade A teams at Watson Junior High will play at the Freona tournament this weekend. On next Friday, which is January the 22nd, the Bailey County Junior Livestock Show will open at the Civic Center at 8 o'clock with the judging of the beef. And then the swine lunch will be held at noon, and the sheep and goat will be judged after lunch. Then the dairy cattle and rabbits to conclude the Bailey County Junior Livestock Show. On Saturday, January the 23rd, there will be a buyer's luncheon at 11 before the sale starts at noon, all at the Civic Center. Online as well as on the air on Reach Broadband Channel 6, you can see a picture of Muleshoe High School junior student Chris Flores, who last weekend was named to the Texas All-State Choir, which will perform in San Antonio on February the 13th. And also, of course, Chris Flores, who is the son of Mr. and Mrs. John Rodriguez of Muleshoe, will be going to the SMAP art classes at Texas Tech. And so he is a very talented young man. And also on our TV screen is pictured the sweethearts, and they are Herb and Betty Ramage. They are being recognized by Hereford Freed Ingredients, and Joy Stansel nominated Betty and Herb Ramage because they have just retired this month for their volunteer service at the Parkview Nursing Care Center. But it didn't start at the Parkview. It started at the Muleshoe Nursing Home and the Muleshoe Area Medical Center. And for 49 years, Betty Ramage has taken care of the vending machines, first at the hospital and nursing home when they were connected, and then later at the Parkview Nursing Care Center. And all of the money has been returned to the residents of the Parkview Nursing Care Center. And Herb Ramage has volunteered for 20 years, and I think that is commendable. That's almost a half a century that Betty Ramage has volunteered for that service to the residents of our nursing home. On Sunday, That will be the last day that the Ansel Adams collection at the Texas Tech Museum will be open. The hours are regularly 10 to 5, but Sunday's hours are 1 to 5. And of course, that is at 3301 4th Street in Lubbock. And Sunday is the last day that you can view the Ansel Adams collection at Texas Tech Museum. The Bailey County Relay for Life Mules for a Cure, Muleshoe High School's Relay for Life team, in conjunction with the Bailey County Relay for Life, is sponsoring Blackout Cancer Week. It will be January 25th through the 29th. There will be a week of activities and also education about cancer and how students can help support the American Cancer Society in its endeavor to find a cure for cancer. One special highlight will be a visit from Pete Christie of KCBD Channel 11, and they will be doing some Lady Mule and Mule basketball games with the KCBD Channel 11 sports team. And Blackout Cancer will be on the night of January the 29th when we play the Dimmitt Bobcats and the Bobbies. So be sure that you participate in that very special week, the Blackout Cancer Week. The Fellowship of Alcoholics Anonymous and the Al-Anon family groups meet every Friday and Monday night in the First United Methodist Church. Please use the extreme south door of the church to enter the open meetings of AA and Al-Anon. Alcoholics Anonymous is a fellowship of both men and women who share their hope, strength, and experiences to stay sober one day at a time. Al-Anon is for family and friends of alcoholics and or drug addicts. Well, you know, when we have the cold weather, it's a wonderful place to go to the Oneida Wagner Senior Citizen Center in downtown Muleshoe on Main Street. They are open weekdays 8 to 4 and have many types of exercise equipment, and also you can walk inside the warm facility. 14 times is around the building, or not around the building, inside the building, is equal to a mile, we are told by Misty Prater, the new director of the center. Although the center and equipment are for 60 and over age group, well, they invite everyone to come by at noon at 11:30 and enjoy a nutritious meal. They do ask if you're 60 and over to please donate $3 per meal, and guests under 60, $5 donation is asked. It's a delicious home-cooked, well-balanced meal on weekdays. And please stay and enjoy not only the food, but also the fellowship. And there's so many senior citizens that are not taking advantage of this wonderful service that is offered right here in your hometown and area. Every senior citizen 60 and over is urged to come and enjoy watching Channel 6 on their large screen TV, or maybe you want to just sit and visit or play games. There's always games being played at the Oneida Wagner Senior Citizen Center in downtown Muleshoe. We'll be back in a moment.
There's a winter clearance sale continuing now at BK Boutique, 200 East 21st Street in Clovis, New Mexico, where all their clothes are 30 to 60% off now. Call Beth or Betty, 575-762-1848. They're open Tuesday through Friday, 10 a.m. till 5 p.m. and Saturday, 10 a.m. till 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And their winter clearance sale going on now at BK Boutique with all clothing 30 to 60% off at 200 East 21st Street in Clovis, New Mexico. Brian Cox here in Muleshoe, 401 South 1st Street, where they have some great Facebook deals going on. Make sure you tell them you heard about it on Facebook. They have Thinsulate gloves, line gloves for work and driving, leather and suede, deerskin and cowhide. Buy one pair, get the second pair half off. Now at Fry & Cox. Also the Ice Blaster de-icer for windows and wipers. Buy one, get one free. Limit 3 cans, and buy one, get second 30% off all the utility heaters. Now at Fry & Cox here in Muleshoe, 401 South 1st Street. Make sure you mention you heard about these deals on Facebook. The swing bed program is now available at the Muleshoe Area Medical Center for the patient who is no longer in need of acute medical care but is not yet comfortable functioning independently at home. Call today the Muleshoe Area Medical Center for more information about the swing bed program, 806-272-4524.
Later this month, on January the 28th, at the Texas Tech Museum, there will be a presentation made of a quilt that was made in Lubbock almost 30 years ago. This quilt has been lost most of these 30 years. It was made by 32 women in about 1986 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of the Baptist Women's Missionary Union. The WMU used to be very, very active in all Baptist churches, and in 1986, this was something that every Baptist woman was a member of almost. The quilt turned up on eBay and was sold to a person in Pennsylvania. And she got to wondering, where did this quilt come from? She was able to trace the history back to Lubbock, and it is being returned to Lubbock to be presented to the Texas Tech Museum on January the 28th. Isn't that neat? Speaking of Lubbock, Jeanette Kynard lives in Lubbock, and she fell recently and broke her hip and had to have surgery. Of course, Jeanette Kynard and her late husband, Bill, lived here in Muleshoe formerly, and we need to put Jeanette on our prayer list, please. Also, Zora Reynolds of Muleshoe is on our prayer list. Her granddaughter, Felicia Garcia, tells us that Zora Reynolds has been in ICU in the hospital. Please remember Zora Reynolds and all of her family in your prayers. And little 2-year-old Eliza Dodd, who is the daughter of Jana Foster Dodd of Portales and the granddaughter of Jane Foster Carlton, also of Portales. Of course, Jane and Jana formerly lived here in Muleshoe. Remember Joel Cowart, who has returned to the States and is being seen by doctors in California now. And also his mother, Joellen Cowart, is always on our prayer list. Reed Markle, the 1-year-old daughter, son of Mr. and Mrs. Ryan Markle, who is going to be going back to Plano in the very near future for tests. Also, remember the family of Beth Watson, the mother of Tom Watson of Muleshoe, in your prayers. Gladys Black and Betty Noble. Jane Reeder, a prayer of thanksgiving that she is cancer-free. Judy Griswold, recovering from her double bypass. Mary Nell Bleeker, whom we got to visit with earlier this week in her home here in Muleshoe, is doing well. Alice Sims, the mother of Betty Ennis and Pat Prater. Also remember Claude and Evelyn Riley, Alma and Alton Burton, Leona Harris, Laverne Smyre, Laverne Wynn, Laurinette Mason in Lubbock, Mary Moore and her husband Wiltsey, and her sisters June Arnold and Helen Smith, Doris and R.L. Scott, June and Jake Saylor, Glenn Watkins, Carrie John Schuster, Maxine and Clinton Rogers, Mary Ellen Robertson, Jamie Myers, Dorothy Sorley, Brian Taylor, Dorothy Turner. Remember also on your prayer list, please, Ollie Mae Clausen, formerly of the Beulah community, now living in assisted living, and she is the mother of Iva Noble of Muleshoe. Don Franklin, the brother of Linda Watson of Muleshoe, he had successful surgery in Fort Worth recently. Harper Lee Kirby, the great-granddaughter of Mary Janice Brantley of Muleshoe. Always remember Jerry and Bill Savuto, and Jerry Savuto's cancer has returned. Larry Thornton, who is waiting on a heart transplant. Margaret Adams, Georgia Pena, Bob Alexander, and all our residents of the Parkview Nursing Care Center. The family of Billy Weir, 85 years of age. Jeremy and Patty Partaine's family, who lost everything in a fire recently. The family of Donald Street of Muleshoe, and Alice Hall, formerly of Muleshoe, the mother of Philip and Wells Hall, and the family of Grady Sorley.
Muletrain! Muletrain!
Well, it is just about time for us to go on this edition of the Muletrain News Program, brought to you today by the First Bank, along with Leal's Mexican Restaurant. You can hear our latest Muletrain News Program rotating on Reach Broadband Channel 6 as well. Find it on our website, free of charge on demand, muleshoetv.com. Click on the Muletrain News link at the top center of the page.
I'm Tumbleweed Smith. The blue-eyed lady teaches Spanish. Details in a moment on the Sound of Texas.
And the Sounds of Texas are brought to you here on Reach Broadband Channel 6, as well as MuleshoeTV.com by Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association, with offices in Muleshoe as well as in Morton. The board of directors, the members, the employees, the manager, CEO David Markle, all hope that you enjoyed the Sounds of Texas with Tumbleweed Smith.
When Emily Fernandez of Pecos went to high school, there were only 11 grades. Students learned penmanship using pen staffs and pen points. A pen point was about an inch long and was inserted into a pen staff, which was about the length of a pencil. The pen point was then dipped into a bottle of ink.
And we'd get to strike a match in the classroom to burn that pen point before you could dip it into ink. Just a fresh pen point would not write very well, so we'd get to strike matches in the classroom.
She learned to write in cursives and practiced by making rows and rows of slants and ovals.
I was at the flower shop here, and I wrote out a little card, and this cute little girl said to me, "Oh, I wish I could write." And I said, "What do you mean?" And she said, "We just print." But isn't that a sad commentary?
Emily was a teacher and got her first teaching job in Pecos when she was only 21 years old.
And some of those juniors were not too much younger than I was, like 18 or 19.
She taught Spanish, There weren't many of her students who spoke that language then.
In the 50s, there were maybe 2 or 3 Hispanics or Mexican Americans would be in the class. And they think, oh, it's just going to be a snap. Well, it was, except when the reading and the writing part and the written accents, as you know, well, then count it off for that. And I was real picky about it. I wanted them to learn to do it right.
When she started teaching, speaking Spanish outside of class was discouraged.
Kids would get in trouble for speaking Spanish on the playground. So we've come a long way.
A prominent Mexican American in Pecos had a grandson who spoke only English.
So I was tutoring him in Spanish for a while. And I thought, this is criminal that child didn't speak both languages, then learned to speak both when he was growing up.
Emily grew up in Honey Grove in northeast Texas, but found a home in Pecos. She met her husband there.
I lived in a little apartment, and he lived behind, and he would park his pickup, and he would drive, and he'd throw rocks at my window and say, let's go get a cup of coffee.
She fell in love with Spanish in high school and majored in Spanish in college. She says once you learn another language, you need to practice speaking it.
If you don't use it, you lose it.
Emily Fernandez of Pecos taught school 23 years.
My teaching has been fun.
I'm Tumbleweed Smith with the Sound of Texas.
Time now for the market report brought to you today by Stephen Dement, financial advisor, right here in Muleshoe with Edward Jones, located in his office at 104 West 2nd Street. Call 806-272-4102. Stephen or branch office administrator Dan Arimpi can assist you with any of your financial needs, no matter where you live. The market report was recorded this Friday, January the 15th, 2016 at 11:20 a.m.
This is Dana Rimpey of Edward Jones, member of the New York Stock Exchange Incorporated, bringing you the daily financial market report. U.S. stocks are sharply lower in early trading amid tumbling oil prices and data that showed falling retail sales. In other economic news, a gauge of business prices fell in December, underscoring persistently low inflation across the U.S. economy. In earnings news, many financial institutions reported their fourth quarter earnings results, as PNC, Citigroup, and Wells Fargo reported earnings ahead of expectations, and U.S. Bancorp reported earnings in line with expectations. Treasuries are gaining as the weak retail sales report is increasing concerns that global growth may be slowing. So far this morning in the S&P 500, the best performing sector is utilities, while the worst performing sector is financials. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is down 494 to 15,884. The S&P 500 index is down 59 to 1,862, and the Nasdaq Composite Index is down 179 to 4,435. This morning, volume on the New York Stock Exchange is high, with 578 million shares traded. Decliners are outnumbering advancers by a wide margin. In commodity markets, the spot price of gold is up $12 to $1,090. The spot price of silver is up 15 cents to $13.94, and crude oil prices are down $1 to $29. In bond markets, the 30-year Treasury yield is currently 2.81%, and the 10-year Treasury yield is 2%. In stocks of local interest, Apple is down $3.81 to $95.71. ConocoPhillips is down $2.61 to $38.64. Johnson & Johnson is down $2.19 to $96.70. AT&T is down 47 cents to $33.83. Pfizer is down 70 cents to $30.41. Xcel Energy is down 50 cents to $36.21. Walmart is down $1.54 to $61.52. Procter & Gamble is down 93 cents to $75.22. This is Dana Rimpey of Edward Jones, member SIPC, serving individual investors with personalized attention and long-term financial advice at 104 West 2nd Street in Muleshoe. Daily commentary is also located on our website at edwardjones.com.